Before Ramadan-Mubarak begins, make it a point to give charity, Sadaqah, to 3 specific animals and watch as wealth and abundance start pouring into your life. The blessings you receive will be so immense that even if 7 generations depended on it, the flow of prosperity and money would never cease. Dear sisters and brothers, today I want to introduce you to an incredibly powerful practice, one that has the potential to change your destiny in a matter of days or even hours. It's so effective that by offering charity to these 3 animals before Ramadan starts, you can witness a dramatic transformation in your fate and fortune. Whether you're struggling with a shortage of wealth or battling poverty and hardship, this single act of charity performed before the onset of Ramadan-Mubarak could be your key to becoming blessed with abundance, Insha'Allah. You might be curious, which 3 animals are we talking about? Why should we give charity to them? And what exactly should you offer? In today's video, I'll dive into all the details, so make sure to watch until the end and capture every essential point. It's important to note that this practice isn't a modern invention. It has been around for centuries. There's a well-known story of a man who frequently visited Dr. Ali Hajvery to inquire about wealth-related practices. For nearly 4 years, this man followed Dr. Ali Hajvery's advice, yet he remained poor. Finally, he asked Dr. Ali, "People say that if I follow your prescribed acts of charity exactly, I will become wealthy. But despite following your guidance for 4 years, I still haven't seen any prosperity. Please tell me what I must do to attain wealth." Dr. Ali Hajvery replied, "I will reveal to you the charity for wealth, but know this, even after performing this act, you won't be rich." Puzzled, the man asked, "Why not?" Dr. Ali explained, "There are 3 specific issues within you, and until those are removed, no act of charity, no matter how diligently performed or hard work you put in, will bring you wealth." When the man inquired further about how to eliminate these issues, Dr. Ali Hajvery said, "For each of these 3 issues, you must give charity to 1 specific animal." Dear sisters and brothers, think about the markets you frequent. Often, you'll notice 2 shops side by side selling nearly identical products, yet one is always teeming with customers, while the other remains deserted. The reason is that unseen spiritual blockages are at work, hindrances that, if not removed, prevent us from achieving success and financial prosperity. So, before Ramadan-Mubarak begins, here's what you need to do. 1. Charity to the bird. If you think of birds as mere ordinary creatures, you are mistaken. It has long been observed that areas abundant with birds tend to be more prosperous and happier. Allah's blessings seem to rain more generously there. Perhaps you've noticed that about 10 or 15 years ago in Pakistan especially, there were countless birds singing at dawn as soon as the sun rose. But nowadays, birds are nearly extinct, and you can attest that conditions were much better back then. How to give charity to the bird. Perform Fajr prayer. On the day you give charity to the birds, make sure to wake up early and perform your Fajr prayer. Remember, the Fajr prayer is essentially the prayer of sustenance. It is during Fajr that your fortune is allocated. Scatter millet after Fajr. Take as much millet or grains as you can afford, whether it's a handful or an amount worth 50 rupees or more, and go to your roof. Scatter the millet for the birds. You can spread it in a container, a gutter, or simply on the roof. Provide water. Additionally, arrange some water for the birds. Recite Subhanallah after you've given them the grains and water. Recite Subhanallah repeatedly 33 times, 100 times, or however many times you feel is right. Make dua. Finally, pray to Allah for an increase in your sustenance and wealth. There is also an interesting account from Baba Farid, who lived in Pakistan about 700 years ago. It is said that Baba Farid could communicate with birds, especially because he loved them. He mentioned that throughout his life, he had seen many birds sleep while hungry, except for one type. This bird never sleeps hungry. When asked why, he explained that it is because the bird's trust in Allah is extraordinarily strong. Moreover, before leaving its nest in search of food, the bird always recites Subhanallah, and by the blessings of this recitation, it always returns home with a full belly. Second, charity to the cat. You may have heard stories about someone who used to give water or milk to stray cats or care for neighborhood cats, and eventually became extremely wealthy, even becoming a millionaire seemingly overnight. I have witnessed such a phenomenon myself. I once saw a man so poor that he struggled to have even 2 meals a day. Yet he had a habit. He kept a container outside his house where he would pour a little milk, sometimes mixed with water, for the cats. Gradually, many cats began gathering at his door. It is said that by the blessing of one such cat, that man, who once barely had meat except on Eid, eventually became very wealthy, owning a grand mansion in one of Lahore's most upscale neighborhoods. Why the cat? The cat is a unique creature whose blessing is incredibly powerful, and its curse can be devastating. If a cat blesses you, your needs are met, and your fortune is made. But if it curses you, you might lose everything. Hence, it is important that the cat always blesses you rather than curses you. How to give charity to the cat: milk or scraps. You can give the cat a little milk according to your capacity. Alternatively, cats also love certain kinds of meat scraps. Chicha. Avoid goat's chicha. Do not give them goat's chicha or the white fatty chicha of chicken, preferred meat scraps. Instead, get scraps from chicken that have a little blood on them, as these are especially favored by cats. If you can afford it, you may even offer a small portion of meat. Method of offering. It's best not to leave the offering right outside your home. Instead, go a little distance away, and whenever you see a cat, give it the food so that it does not come to expect your presence every time. The rationale behind giving charity to the cat is that often we are hindered by certain blockages, whether due to magic or other spiritual acts. Giving charity to the cat is believed to nullify these blockages, as a cat's blessing can remove the effects of such negative forces and improve your sustenance. Third, charity to the crow. The third charity is to be given to the crow. Often, negative energies or aerial forces descend upon us. Places we pass by may be laden with these forces, or even our homes, especially near our open drains. The Baytul Khala, toilet, in our washrooms may be filled with negative jinn. These spiritual blockages and negative influences can hold us back. How does the crow help? When you give charity to the crow, it helps to remove these negative influences and blockages from your life. How to give charity to the crow: use bread. Do not give the crow scraps or meat. Instead, offer it bread. Preparation. You can give this charity in the morning or in the afternoon. Take some bread. Stale bread is acceptable, but freshly baked is fine too, and break it into small pieces, much like you would break a sweet lukma into smaller bits. Soak the bread. Place these small pieces in a container and soak them in water. Crows and cheelahs, kites, love soaked bread because, unlike meat, which they can tear apart with their beaks, dry bread is hard for them to chew. Place on the roof. After soaking, place the container on your roof so that the crows and cheelahs can easily come and eat the bread. This completes the act. Dear sisters and brothers, these are the 3 charitable acts. If you perform these 3 acts of charity before Ramadan-Mubarak begins, believe me, your home will soon be filled with such abundance and blessing that you will be amazed. These 3 acts help to remove 3 major spiritual blockages, so please make every effort to perform this practice before Ramadan begins. Keep me in your prayers. If you found this video helpful, please like it, comment with MashaAllah or Subhanallah, and share it. For more videos on Islamic topics, do subscribe. May Allah increase your sustenance and bless you with abundant wealth.